there was no way back. He never gave up. He's made 5 centuries in the match.
14.
Remarkable performance.
14.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan offers his hand in congratulations, and congratulations we must give to Paul Hunter.
Hello everyone, welcome to Motor on BB. I've come to find the final and resting place of Paul Alan Hunter, the world-class snooker player. And I'm at Lawnswood Cemetery and Crematorium on a very noisy road. So let's go in and find him. He's in here somewhere. There we go. It's quite a big place actually, so, and it's one of the hottest days of the year. There we are, look, we've got a map on the wall. I've got an idea, but I'm just going to take my time. And I'm going to make you come all the way with me, so if it takes me 3/4 of an hour to find it, it'll take you that long as well. I can't believe I've walked everywhere. I could drive in. I've seen cars everywhere dotted around. Never mind, it's good for me. So the thing about Paul Hunter was, he was an attractive young man, and they called him Beckham of the Beige, like David Beckham. And he'd been playing from an early age, because I saw a clip of the Bradford snooker player Joe Johnson, and he said when he was 12 years old he was playing with Joe, and he was playing very well. By the age of 14 he was beating Joe. I'll tell you a little story about Joe Johnson. I know we're not coming to see anything to do with him, but we were in a little flat. I had a company called AD Alarms, and they installed burglar alarms, and I went to a tiny little flat, and it was his dad's in Bradford, and he had a wasp nest in his loft, and we had to do the burglar alarm. And Joe Johnson's dad had a massive picture of him on the chimney breast with a spotlight, and I thought, anyway, I found out Dad, you know. And we were getting in the loft, and Joe Johnson's dad got on the phone. It's Saturday morning, council. Somebody answered, and he says, never mind that. He says, don't you know who I am? I'm Joe Johnson's dad. Hey, we're pulling that one. But when we went on to do Joe Johnson's alarm, I didn't actually go. Mark, who worked for me, did. And he lived in a nice house somewhere near Kaisley, and seemingly a nice guy. I used to see him in the pub, the Brewery Tap, when the live bands were on in Idle, Bradford. And well known for liking his curries. I think he had an heart attack, and he had to cut his curries down from 2 a night to 1 or something. Anyway, back to Paul Hunter. That's gone off the track, hasn't it? But it's all snooker. So he was obviously a child player, and Joe Johnson had, mentored him to a degree. So he had the talent, and that was obvious from a very early age. So when he got a little older, he was the Masters champion in 2001, 2002 and 2004. And in every single game, I think it was a similar situation. He got behind with whoever he was playing at that point, and he battled forward and came through. He was a confident player that could come back. And yeah, I mean, he got a raw talent there that he'd obviously developed a great deal. Right, so what I'm heading towards is this big circle, because it's just off the circle, and I think I'm going in the right direction. Follow me. He had 146 century breaks, and I think his highest was 146. And in the 2004-2005 season, he was at his highest ranking, number 4 in the world. So that says enough, doesn't it, really? Yeah, absolutely first-class player, but he was very unlucky in life when you think about it, wasn't it? Because he'd all that in front of him. He'd just achieved his success, and he could have gone on to a lot more, there's no doubt. In March 2005, he got the sad news that he got neuroendocrine tumours in his stomach. He battled, he really did, and there's videos of him showing that. And he continued to play for several months, but it got the better of him eventually, and he died just before his 28th birthday. That's got to be the worst, hasn't it, when you've got, well, anybody at that age, but somebody who's fought so hard to be in the spotlight, and they've achieved it, and then all that happens to him.
12 o'clock, got married.
Mm-hmm.
It was red hot sunshine. Chartered a yacht for the reception.
Mm-hmm. And I was just dead happy.
And the worst bit was when he had initially found out he got the disease, he also found out just shortly after that his wife was pregnant. God, he actually saw that as a positive, I remember. He said there is a God, and he thought he said he'd be the only one smiling on the cancer ward. So once again, he saw that as a positive to fight. Shame he didn't win. It's very sort of ironic, isn't it, that in his 11 years of playing as a professional, he'd actually earned £1.53 million, and then that happened to him. Not that money is the main thing in life, but, you know, it just seems also terrible, doesn't it, really? But he brought a lot of happiness to the snooker world and people, and he was a very positive young man. He very sadly died on the 9th of October 2006 at the Kirkwood Hospice in Huddersfield. 12 commentators and referees stood in silence as a mark of respect to him. He was a very liked guy. He was one of those people that everybody loved to be in his company, and I think it was greatly missed because of who he was, not just a snooker player. He was a really nice young man. Paul Hunter was born on the 14th of October 1978 in Leeds, England. He played alongside his father Alan, and at a young age won many amateur junior events, including the English Doubles Championship, which he won at the age of 14. He often travelled to Bradford to practice alongside professional players such as Joe Johnson. Paul was the runner-up in the 1995 English Amateur Championship, losing 7-8 to David Gray in the final. He made his professional debut in July 1995 at the age of 16 with the help of his mentor Joe Johnson and Jimmy Mitchie. Paul married Lindsay Fell, a beauty therapist, in August 2004 in Jamaica. The couple had one daughter, Evie Rose, who was born on the 26th of December 2005. After his death, Lindsay wrote the memoir Unbreakable, My Life with Paul, a story of extraordinary courage and love, covering his snooker career, his personal life and his death. Paul Hunter was posthumously awarded the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Helen Rollinson Award in 2006. Also, the Masters Snooker Tournament Trophy was renamed the Paul Hunter Trophy in 2016. I do laugh at myself sometimes because I wander around like a lost sheep and then I suddenly realise I've got to the right spot. But I've gone like that. That's the big circle that goes round, and I recognise this stone. So I know where we are now. So let's move in together as always. Here we are, and it's easy because it's right on the corner. Here we go, guys. This is the bit. I'm going to spin you. So here, there we are. I recognise all this, yeah. Oh yeah, there we are, look. That's super, isn't it? Here we go. Hello, Paul. It's a privilege to be here and do this one today. You're a very talented young man. Let's get in close. Okay, so Paul Hunter, our beautiful boy, 14th of October 1978 to the 9th of October 2006. Beloved son, brother, husband, dad, grandson, nephew, cousin. That's lovely. And he's got some relatives here, look. In loving memory of Mum and Dad grandparents, sister and brother, Nellie and Harry Hunter, 21st of the 1st, 2009 to the 30th of the 9th, 1986. And then another one there, which is Barry Hunter, 18th of the 5th, 46 to 31st of the 1st, 23. Beloved husband, father, brother and granddad, R.I.P. There we are. So he's got relatives with him. Yeah. There we are. I'll show you the spot, look. It's a nice little spot. A really nice warm day as well. There we are. Thank you, Paul. Well, there we go. That does put things in perspective in a way, doesn't it? Because it doesn't matter who you are. We're at the mercy of life. And when little things go wrong, we get upset, like I often say we shouldn't do, should we? Because things like that, oh dear. Just had a child and and he was so high in his career. But anyway, if you enjoyed that film today, don't forget, as always, subscribe, it's free. Give me a thumbs up, and here we go, because you know I always say this show, I love the comments. I really do, honestly. I love to see you all and see what you've got to say. Like a little community, isn't it? The beep beep. Motorhome beep beep. So, on this lovely day, I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I'll see you all very soon on the next one. Bye from me, Alan. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. See ya.